From the budgeted data of Plantronics Limited, forecast the cash position at the end of March, April, and May. They've given us the details starting all the way from Jan to May. They're asking us to prepare the cash budget for March, April, and May. They've also given us sales, purchase, wages, and miscellaneous. So sales is nothing but your cash receipt, purchases, wages, and miscellaneous. These will be payments for you. And let's look at the additional information. 40% of sales is for cash. Customers are provided with 1 month credit. 20% of purchase is for cash. Suppliers are provided with 2 months credit. Wages are paid in the same month. Miscellaneous expenses are settled a month in arrear. Receipt of 12,500 as interest on investment is due on 15th April. Rent of 4,600 is due on 1st of every month. Company purchased a new machinery worth 24,000. Payment is to be made in 3 installments starting from April. Cash balance on 1st March is 4,600. So using this, we are expected to prepare a cash budget for 3 months. Okay, let's start off with the preparation of the cash budget. The cash budget preparation goes like this. We've prepared the format of cash budget, and in this particular question, we will have to prepare the cash budget for 3 months. It covers March, April, and May 2019, and they have also given us some details. They've given the expenses, which are the items which are covered over here are sales, purchase, wages, miscellaneous. And we know that sales is cash receipt, purchase, wages, miscellaneous. These items are cash payments. Now, following this, as always, let us go with the thumb rule. Okay, let's go with the thumb rule. The thumb rule is, at first we will have to fill in all the items, and then we have to at first fill in all the items, and then we can go about filling in the values. So let's fill it in at first. We have sales, and we have sales, cash sales of 40%, cash sales of 40%. Then we have cash sales of, we have sales, and then we have cash sales at 40%. Then you have sales, you have credit sales at 60%. Now we know that cash sale of 40%, that is settled immediately, and for credit sales there is a 1 month credit period. So cash, it is 40%, credit it is 60%. Okay, so let's start off with this. Okay, so we had 32,000, 40% of sale of for March. Sale for March is 80,000, which is 32,000. Then for April you have 1,06,000 into 40% of this, which is 42,400. Then in the month of May, our sale is 97,000. So 40% of 97,000, which is 38,800. Okay, so this we completed. Now let's move on to the credit sale component. With regards to the credit sale, we know that credit sale, it is 60%, but 60% of what? 60% of 1 month prior sale. So in the month of March, you will be settling the credit sale for the month of February, and which is 66,000. And in the month of April, you will be settling the credit sale for the month of March. So 60,000 for this, 60% of 80,000, which is 48,000. In the month of May, you will be settling the sales for the month of April, which is 1,06,000, and this one is 60% of 1,06,000, which makes it 63,600. Okay, so that has been completed. We have completed the sales aspect for this particular question. Now let's see what additional information is being given to us. We know that the company is likely to get interest on investment, and the interest on investment that is due to the company, it is due in the month of April. It is due in the month of April, and in April the company should be getting 12,500. So that has also been accommodated, or that has also been calculated. Now let us calculate the total cash which is available. The total cash which is available is, you have to add up all the three. Okay, you will have to add up all the three. So let's sum up all this together, and when you sum up all this together, you will get the total cash receipt which is available with company. So similarly, you will have to work out the total cash receipts for April and then May. So that also we have calculated. Now what we have to do is we have to move on to the cash payments. Now what we will have next step is that we will have to move on to the cash payments. So when we are moving on to cash payments, let us see what are the cash payments that we have. The cash payments that we have are purchase. Purchases is cash purchase. Now how much is cash purchase? Cash purchase is of 20%. Okay, cash purchase is of 20%. So the remaining is credit purchase. Remaining credit purchase is 80%. 80. The remaining is 80%. Okay, the remaining is 80%. Now, what is the proportion of purchase which is on credit? The proportion which is on credit is 80%. So the proportion with the rest is on cash. Also, the credit period allowed to us by our suppliers is 2 months. So in the month of, okay, so now let's work out for the purchases once again. Purchase is, we know there are two parts to the purchase. You have the 80%, which is cash, and 20% which is cash, and 80% which is credit. So the purchases for the month of March, that is 38,000, and 20% of 38,000 is 7,600. Purchases for the month of April, which is 48,500, and then we have to consider 20% of that, which is 9,700. Then for May it is 97,000, and 20% of 97,000, which is 52,000. This is 52,000. So purchases for the month of May, it is 52,000, and then 20% of 52,000, that is 10,400. Now let's move on to credit. Okay, now let's move on to credit. Now in the month of March, we will be settling the credit for the month of Jan. In the month of March, we will be settling for the credit purchase for the month of Jan. So January's credit purchase was 52,000, and then 80% of that, which makes it 41,600. Here it is 6,700, 67,000, and 67,000's 80%, which is 53,600, and here it is 38,000, and 80% of 38,000, which makes it 30,400. Okay, so we have completed consideration of the purchase. Okay, we have completed the consideration of the purchase. Next item that we must consider is the wages. Okay, next item that we must consider is wages. Also, the condition for wages is that we are settling in the same month. Okay, so here it is 8,000, here it is 10,000, and then here it is 8,000. So that has been completed. Now, let's look at the next one. We have miscellaneous expenses. Miscellaneous expenses, we know it is settled in 1 month arrear. Okay. Miscellaneous expenses, it is settled 1 month in arrear, which means month of March, you're settling the miscellaneous expenses for February, which is 12,000. In the month of April, you'll be settling for March, which is 6,000. And here it is 7,000. So that we have completed. Next is we have to pay a rent. Rent of 4,600 is due every month. That has been completed. Next, what we have is we have to pay for the machinery. We have to pay for machinery. We have to pay for the purchase of machinery. So purchase of machinery, that is 24,000, and the payment is in 3 installments starting from April. So 24,000, if you convert that into 3 installments, the per installment, that will work out to be 8,000. Okay, that will work out to be 8,000. That will work out to be 8,000, and that has been considered. Okay, that has been got. Now we have to calculate the total cash payments. That has to be total cash payments. Now let's go about with the final calculations. We know that the opening cash balance is 4,600. Now we have to calculate how much is the total cash available. So total cash available we will get by adding up the opening cash capital, then cash receipts, then minus cash payment, which makes it okay. Sorry. So here it is 4,600 plus 98,000, which makes it 1,02,600. 1,02,600 minus 73,800, which makes it 28,800. Now, the closing balance for the month of March is the opening balance for the month of April, which is 28,800. Now, here it will be 28,800 plus 1,02,900, which is 1,31,700. 1,31,700 minus 91,900, which makes it 39,800. 39,800, this plus the total cash receipts for the month of May, you will get 1,42,200. 1,42,200 minus the total cash payments for the month of May, which makes it 73,800. So with that, we have completed the preparation of cash budget for 3 months.